They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel, pop a sign in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah, coming with a vengeance.
Yes.
We want to know, according to the scriptures, that we're true Israelites.
Okay, we're going to go through it right now. Listen close, my brother. The sister asks, how can I prove that we the Israelites? I'm going to show you right now. Let's start at 15. Deuteronomy 28:15. The book of Deuteronomy. That's a great question. What's your name, sis? Trace. Tracy, all right. I'm Officer Byer. Very nice to meet you, sister. Listen, you asked a great question. All of our brothers and sisters should be asking this same question. How you know that we're the Israelites? You standing out here on this microphone professing us to be the Israelites. Prove it. All praises. Let me prove it. Read. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. Yeah. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So this is Moses talking to the children of Israel after they came out of the land of Egypt. You know what the children of Israel were doing in Egypt? The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt. Remember, Moses parted the Red Sea so that they could get away from Egypt. And then when the Egyptians came into the Red Sea, the Most High God closed the flood, or he let the flood take them and kill them, right? You know all the plagues that the Most High God put on the Egyptians? You remember that? You had all those different plagues, right? So the whole event culminated with Passover. That's where the angel of death was passing through the land of Egypt. Right. But he told the Israelites, take some hyssop, put blood on it on your posts. That blood symbolized your cleansing, right? And so the death angel went through all of Egypt and killed all the firstborn, except for the Israelites. That was God's final way to prove to Egyptians that his people were the Israelites. Right? Read. To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. So Moses is telling them, we all assembled. We came out of the land of Egypt and we're all assembled. Moses said, listen, we got to do what God says to do. Right. If you don't do it, he said, read it from the top. But it shall come to pass. It shall come to pass. So this was future tense. Because if we hadn't done it, we just came out of the land of Egypt. We hadn't broken God's laws yet. He said it shall come to pass if, read, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. If you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, where do you find the voice of God at? Is he talking out of the clouds? Is he speaking to us right now? Where do we find his voice?
Teacher.
In the Bible.
That's right.
These words were written by the hand of God so that we could understand who we are in these last days.
That's right.
Read. To observe, to do all his commandments. Do his commandments, read. And his statutes. And his statutes. Which I command thee this day. Which Moses commanded us that day. Now Moses is talking to this group of people. The sons and daughters of Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now let me ask you something, sister. What is your father? Is your father a so-called African-American?
No, my father's just American.
He's an American? So what kind of, American?
I mean, he's human.
He's human? We are human, but we descend from somebody. Who does your father descend from? Does the world call him a so-called African-American?
That's what the world calls him.
That's what the world calls him? Let me show you what God calls him. God says he's from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Judah is what God calls the so-called American blacks.
Right.
You understand? And we're going to show you how we know this. Read. Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A curse is a bad thing, sister. So a curse is something like if I say I curse you and I'm going to make all your hair fall out. Is that a good thing? No, that's a bad thing. Curses are judgments. These are judgments from the Most High God. Right. I was just saying earlier that coronavirus is a judgment from the Most High God. You understand? These are judgments for not following his word, his voice. Right. Right? Read. Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. He says, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Now let's bring it to today. Who's cursed in the city? Where do you find the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans? In most instances, when you go to any city, I don't care where you go, United States, Europe, Africa, you find us at the bottom. How are we still at the bottom in 2022?
Bring it out.
We have education, we have jobs, we have we make money. How are we always at the bottom no matter where you find us?
I don't know.
Because we're cursed from the Most High God.
That's right.
You're never going to rise above listen, you only go as high as your nation of people go. You got individuals like Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan. You got people who rise up above, but you got to look at your entire nation of people.
Right.
When you look at so-called black and Hispanics, we're at the bottom of society everywhere we go.
That's right.
Read, that's a curse on the Most High God.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now he says, cursed shall thou be in the field. Today you curse in the job field. We don't get the same type of employment opportunities that a lot of these other nations receive.
Right.
We don't make $60, $70 an hour.
Right.
Most of the time we're making $17, $18 an hour. Right. We're at the bottom of the social economic status when it comes to jobs. That's cursed in the job field. Some of us, very few of us, are but you best believe they are asking them people to give their soul up for that money.
Right.
This is what you see right now with this whole social media environment that we're living in today. Everybody is just doing anything they can to get a click, to get a like.
Right.
They selling their soul so that they can receive some type of monetary reward and a little bit of publicity, a little bit of fame.
Right.
Our sisters, what do they do on there? They twerk, they take all their clothes off. Why are you exposing yourself to millions of people for a click?
Right.
That's how far we have dropped in this earth in terms of our understanding and what makes us a real people. Listen, the only thing that differentiates us from everybody else in this earth, we have the laws of God.
That's right.
That's what makes us great. We've lost what gives us our strength, our power, our glory. We have given ourselves to these quick whims, right? I'm gonna get on social media, I'm gonna shake my butt, I'm gonna twerk, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Right. I'm selling drugs for a quick dollar, right, but you're destroying your whole people in the process. Right. That's evil. That's absolutely evil. But this is what we're doing in this day and age.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
When did that happen in history? The Bible said, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. So you've taken your bride. This is your love. This is your right hand, right? Now another man comes along and takes your wife and lays with her. Do y'all know when that happened in history? When did that happen in history? It happened during slavery.
Right.
Did the slave master not come into the cabin, take your wife? What power did you have, my brother? How could you stop it? You couldn't stop it. Y'all seen 12 Years a Slave? You haven't seen it? You don't watch slave movies? You should watch that, sis, because it correlates with the Bible.
Right.
You can open your Bible and see that verse right there, and you'll see it depicted on the screen. You'll see, listen, all the information that they're showing you in those movies comes from the Bible, sis.
Bring it out.
We have gone through this. This is who we are. This is how we know. The Bible said, you're going to go through these curses, and through these curses, you're going to know that you are the children of Israel.
Right.
Because only the children of Israel are going to suffer these curses.
Right.
These curses were not given to everybody. I should have made that distinction early on. You're not going to show me a time when the white man was in cargo slave ships.
Right.
When did we go and take his wife and lay with her?
Bring it up.
It never happened in history. Show me when a Chinese man was on a cargo slave ship in history.
Right.
History does not line up with the Bible. Only our history lines up with the Bible.
That's right.
Let me rephrase that. I said history doesn't. The white man's history, the Chinese man's history, the Arab man's history, the Japanese man's history, the East Indian man's history, none of their histories lined up with the Bible. Ours is the only history that lines up with the Bible.
Right.
Is that coincidence? No. That's divine order. That came from a Most High God who still has mercy and love for you and wants you to turn back to Him. So He left you this information so that you can get yourself right in these last days.
Right.
That's why it was left in the Bible. Read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 12. And He hath confirmed His words.
He has confirmed His word. He confirmed what happened in Deuteronomy 28. He said He has confirmed His word. Read.
Which He spake against us and against our judges that judged us.
He spake to us. That's possessive. He didn't speak to everybody. He spoke to us and to our judges. Who are our judges? Who is our judges? It was our leaders.
Right.
You understand? It was our leaders. He's talking about Noah. He's talking about Abraham. He's talking about Daniel. He's talking about Micah. He's talking about all these prophets that stood before. Just like we standing here telling you who you are, our brothers and sisters of our let me rephrase that. Our ancient fathers, forefathers, did the same thing in their time.
Right.
Nothing new under the sun, sister. We teach you the same thing that they taught us. Keep reading.
By bringing upon us a great evil.
Bringing upon us a great evil. Was slavery a good thing or a bad thing? It was a great evil. Read.
For under the whole heaven.
Under the whole heaven. Look as far as you can see in the sky. He says under the whole heaven. Read.
Hath not been done as had been done upon Jerusalem.
Has not been done as has been done slavery to Jerusalem. Because we are the children of Jerusalem.
That's right.
We are the Israelites. We descend from Jerusalem. That's what he's talking about. When we going to overcome it? When we turn back to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's
You got to
right.
remember. What got us into this situation is not listening to God. Let's go back to 28 and let's go to 40. What is it, 46?
Yes, sir.
Read 46 so she can understand.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
These curses that we're talking about are going to be upon you for a sign and for a wonder. You're going to look at these curses and be like, man, why does this keep happening to us?
Right.
Why do we keep getting shot down by people in the streets?
Right.
Why do we go to a grocery store in Buffalo, New York and get killed?
Right.
Why do we go to the police pull us over and we get shot and killed?
Right.
How did this man who shot 10 people, had an armed rifle on him, get taken alive?
Right.
How do we get pulled over and we just mention the fact that we have a gun permit and we get put to death?
Bring it out.
How do these things keep happening? That's to make you wonder.
That's right.
God said, I'm going to make you wonder in the last days. I'm going to make you look at things and see there's no justice in this land. There's no equality in this land.
Right.
Why do these things keep happening to us over and over and over again? It's so that you will wake up. It's so that you will wake up.
That's
It's so
right.
that you will turn back to Him and understand He's your only strength. He's your only power. You're not going to be able to survive this world without God.
Right.
Right. Right now, you're not even alive. You don't even know that. You dead right now. You're the walking dead.
Right.
Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
For how long?
Forever.
How long is forever? Forever. How long have we been, listen, we've been out of slavery for what? How many years?
Shit, years.
Since the Emancipation Proclamation, right? What was that, 1868? 1865. 1865, and we still in the same predicament. We never gone back to our homeland, so we still captive, right? We were brought here on slave ships. When have we gone back as a people, as a nation, gone back to our homeland? We still captives in this land.
Bring it out.
You get paid measly wages so that the elite can live at a very comfortable level. They pay you peanuts on the dollar for your service. They turn around and take all the widgets that you make, and they make high dollar off of them. Do you see the benefit of that? You might as well just be a slave.
Bring it out.
You doing the same work. They just convince you that you're free because they give you a little bit of money.
Right.
You think, oh, I got a house, I got a car, I can take a vacation. I'm good. No, you're not good. Because you're still suffering the same atrocities that you've been suffering since the 1800s.
Right.
Since the 1700s.
Right.
Since the 1600s. You ain't nothing's changed. They put a smile on their face now and tell us that we all equal, that we all one.
Right.
Right? Well, if we all one, how in the hell are we always at the bottom?
We used to scream black power
while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.